Let's make pumpkin spice waffles. Hey, Chef Daz coming at you from my kitchen again. Yeah, you got it. We're gonna make pumpkin spice waffles. There's pumpkin spice everything. Why not pumpkin spice waffles with good old BC eggs? The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up our waffle iron. So I'm just gonna plug it in. Mine's an old relic. It has a little light there though. It tells you when it's ready. So I'm just gonna let that warm up. And just like a pancake batter, we're gonna make two things. We're gonna make our dry mix, and then we're gonna make our wet mix, and then combine the wet into the dry. Before you do that though, you wanna make sure your waffle iron is ready to go, because as soon as you add that liquid to the baking powder, baking soda, it's gonna start reacting and creating those gaseous bubbles that we wanna capture to have some nice rise in our waffles. Let's get started. So we have 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and to that we're going to add sugar, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now this is where the magic happens. This is our pumpkin spice combination. So we have cinnamon, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, and ground cloves, and all that's going in our dry mix as well. And just to balance everything out, a little bit of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're just gonna mix that up and complete our dry mix. It's really that simple. All right, let's set that to the side. Now let's make the wet mix. We're gonna start off the wet mix with, you got it, good old BC eggs. Every single large egg has 14 key nutrients, all 9 essential amino acids, and 1 large egg, it's only 80 calories. So let's crack these guys. And let's beat them up. The other additions to our wet mix are going to include 1 3/4 cups of milk, 3/4 cup of canned pumpkin. Now don't buy pumpkin pie filling. Cans are gonna look similar. Make sure you're looking at the label. 100% pure pumpkin is what it should read. That's what we have here. And we have a couple tablespoons of melted butter. What I like to do is add the pumpkin in first and combine it with the eggs. You have a little bit more friction there without adding all that liquid of the milk, and it helps you to combine it faster. Watch this. So it's nice and smooth like that, all right? Then we're gonna add the milk and that lovely melted butter. And then we just combine that together. Really, really fast now that the pumpkin's already incorporated. So we have our wet and we have our dry. And again, make sure you don't combine this until that waffle iron is ready. All right, let's combine these. The waffle iron is ready. My light just went out, so it's telling me it's preheated. So we're ready to go. Man, I'm excited. Pumpkin spice waffles, you kidding me? This is gonna be great. Okay, we're just going to mix. Don't overmix, okay? Every time you agitate flour and a liquid, you create more gluten. That means it's gonna make it more hearty and structured. We don't want that. We want these to be nice and tender. So we're going to mix just until it's combined. So just until you don't see any more dry bits like that. And the batter is going to seem a bit lumpy. That's okay. It's supposed to, because again, you don't want to overmix. And that's why it always says that in pancakes, muffin batters, waffle batters, do not overmix. I'm done. I'm just gently looking for any more dry bits. There are none, so I'm going to stop. Let's get a ladle. Actually, before we do, we also need to spray our waffle iron with some baking spray. This will help you to have a good release of your waffle. My old relic waffle iron here. And you grab a good ladle full of your waffle batter, open it up, and place it in there. And with waffles, you just want to move it around a little bit, okay? It's going to be a little bit thicker than a pancake batter. Try not to overfill it, because it's going to go out the sides. So just like that should be fine, and then close it up. You want to cook those for about 2 or 3 minutes until it's nice and crispy and the inside is completely cooked through. If you want to make pumpkin spice pancakes, all you need to do is add a little bit more milk to this to make it a little bit more liquid so it resembles a pancake batter. While that first one is cooking, let's get our plate ready. Also, you'll notice in the recipe that it calls for toasted pecans. So I have some toasted pecans here that I'm going to use to garnish. It really goes well with the pumpkin spice waffles. Having that extra crunch and that flavor, it's awesome. All right, the first one is done. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, look at that, baby. Whew, that's hot. What I also like sometimes is to do actually a little bit less, and you'll see this decorative spot here where it didn't actually fill it out like this. So if you do a little bit less and you keep it more in the center, you're gonna have more of that decorative edge all the way around your waffle. So try that one time. Now this is how I like to finish my pumpkin spice waffles. We have whipped cream. Let's put that on there. Now that's gonna melt right away because that one's fresh, hot out of the waffle iron. We're gonna garnish it with a little bit of those toasted pecans and good old maple syrup. That's what I'm talking about right there. And to make it look really pretty, let's grab a sprig of mint and we'll just add a little touch of green on there like that. Beautiful. There you have it, pumpkin spice waffles. Man, this is so easy, so tasty, and the full recipe is at bcegg.com. Where are you getting your protein from?